Good Friday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top news stories, let's take a peek outside that weather window. And after some cool days, Wednesday we topped off at 81 yesterday, our official high temperature. A little bit warmer than that out there today, back to about normal. And this beautiful shot looking down at the Wenatchee Valley provided by Sky-Fi and Local-Tel. Of course, that's our cross camera on Wenatchee Heights, and you can see all the blue sky out there today, and that means it's warm, and it's going to just get warmer as we move into the upcoming weekend. In fact, we have an excessive heat watch that'll go into effect on Sunday and will last through Tuesday. We could see temperatures all three of those days over 100 degrees. In fact, we could get as high as 104, and those are record-setting temperatures. We will talk much more about that in your weather forecast coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. Governor Jay Inslee was in Brewster yesterday to address the growing number of COVID-19 cases in Okanagan County. The Chelan Douglas Health District says use of facial masks is slightly down in the past two counties recently. And local public housing facilities are among those to receive about $12.5 million in state grants. But first, we begin tonight. Wenatchee Valley police agencies say there's a new and dangerous form of fentanyl circulating on the streets. Known as Perk 30, the blue pills have been found in drug searches and overdose scenes and contain unpredictable quantities of the powerful painkiller. Police say during one recent search of a suspected drug house, a local investigator was unwittingly exposed to fentanyl from Perk 30 pills, and he had to be hospitalized. East Wenatchee Police Chief Rick Johnson told NCWLIFE his officers found more of the pills at the scene of a fatal overdose. If you find pills resembling those shown here with an M on one side and the number 30 on the other, do not handle them and contact your local police agency. Governor Jay Inslee yesterday visited Okanagan County, currently the place hardest hit by the coronavirus, to talk about solutions with local health, business, and government leaders. Among those he spoke with was Cass Gebers, CEO of Gebers Farms, where 2 H-2A employees have died of COVID-19 while in farm worker housing.
We talked more about the larger efforts about how we increase testing and how we improve medical, to make sure medical treatment and analysis were available. So we talked more about the more general issues on those two things. I was pleased to hear that Gebers will be doing some increased testing, particularly on their non-housed employees that are having a lot of transmission that are coming in from the community. So to start testing one line at a time, in the processing plants, we hope that will bear fruit. We also talked about the efforts to improve access to medical assistance to folks in the housing compounds. It sounds like there's been some recent improvement of that, and I think that there still needs to be some work done to coordinate the local healthcare providers, the farm worker clinics with the agricultural businesses. It sounds to me like there's some work to be done to coordinate that better.
Gebers Farms is also currently the subject of an enforcement action by the State Department of Labor and Industries, which says it needs to improve housing and working conditions to suppress the spread of the virus. Meanwhile, the Chelan Douglas Health District says use of facial masks is slightly down in the two counties. The regular survey of local businesses shows the percentage of customers and employees wearing masks in stores went down over the past 2 weeks from 92% to about 87%. Cloth coverings for the nose and mouth have been shown to decrease the transmission of COVID-19, and rates of new infections are slowing down locally. The use of masks is mandatory, of course, under Governor Jay Inslee's statewide health orders. The health district says continued diligence is needed so businesses can remain open. Well, local public housing facilities are among those receiving about $12.5 million in state grants. The Housing Trust Fund this week distributed $1.64 million designated for the Bavarian Village apartments in Leavenworth, and then another combined $3.7 million for 2 complexes in Okanagan County. The funds go toward rehabilitating the properties and maintaining them as affordable housing. Coming up next, WSDOT crews will be out once again today prepping and finalizing plans for a 2-week chip seal project that begins Monday on Blewett Pass. The COVID-19 pandemic continued to shut down long-running public events in the Wenatchee Valley. We'll tell you about the latest victim. And Wenatchee Valley kids won't be physically going back to school this year, at least not right away, but Serve Wenatchee Valley and Columbia Valley Community Health say that's no reason not to gather clothes and supplies. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Coming home should never be a chore. Let Merry Maids of Wenatchee customize all your cleaning needs. Weekly, bi-weekly, special occasion. Do you have a vacation home that needs cleaning? We clean them too. Locally owned and operated, let Merry Maids do the cleaning while you focus on your family and friends. Merry Maids has special offers to fit your budget. Request your free cleaning estimate today. 509-663-1710.
Hi, this is Brian Snyder with Black Rock Asphalt Services here in Wenatchee, your local Black Rock seal coat company. Have you looked at your driveway or parking lot lately? Is it gray and oxidized? Does it have cracks that have not been taken care of? Or do you have striping that is pretty much non-existent? Please give us a call locally here, 509-665-9769. Learn more at blackrockasphaltsealcoating.com.
Looking for a faster way to kickstart your business career? Look to the Charter College Associate Degree in Business Management, a convenient online program at an ABHES-accredited institution. You could earn a degree in just 14 months, a degree that positions you for up to 18% higher earnings than a high school diploma. Plus, Charter will assist you in finding a job. Visit chartercollege.edu to get started, because we work to get you to work.
Welcome back. In other news, WSDOT crews will be out once again today prepping and finalizing plans for a 2-week chip seal project that begins on Monday on Blewett Pass. The project will chip seal the wheel ruts of approximately 20 miles of US 97 on the north side of the pass. The work is expected to cause significant delays, and a reduced speed of 35 miles an hour will be in place. Pilot cars and flaggers will help guide traffic through that work zone. And depending on your schedule, we encourage you to consider other routes for cross-state travel. Working hours are Monday through Thursday from 4 a.m. to 4 p.m. Well, the COVID-19 pandemic continues to shut down long-running public events in the Wenatchee Valley. Wings and Wheels, the East Wenatchee Festival set for October 2nd and 3rd, is now officially canceled. Organizers with the city of East Wenatchee made the announcement on Thursday. It would have been the 18th annual festival celebrating autos and aviation, featuring car shows, music, and aircraft at Pangborn Memorial Airport and also at Eastmont Park. The city hopes to carry out the 2021 Wings and Wheels as scheduled. Well, Wenatchee Valley kids won't be physically going back to school this year, at least not right away. But Serve Wenatchee Valley and Columbia Valley Community Health say that's no reason not to gather clothes and supplies for kids who need them. This Saturday, the two nonprofits will hold a drive-through clothing and backyard event at Town Toyota Center, distributing 825 packages for 367 local families. The goods include clothes, shoes, backpacks, school supplies, and masks in packages pre-assembled by volunteers over the past 2 weeks. The giveaway runs from 8:30 to 2 p.m. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Please stay with us.
I have fiber at home because it allows me to do a great job in my profession. It allows me to learn things that I need to learn at home. It allows my kids to hopefully one day be able to be educated because of what they learned online and what they learned from their teachers. And it allows us to have fun too as a family. And we're able to do a lot of things because of fiber internet. I'm Rudy, and my family learns with fiber.
Introducing the most capable Sierra lineup ever.
Don't worry, all the fun is around the corner. There's no better time to get ready than now with Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa Sale. Stock Up and Save sale is now going on in-store and online at bluelagoonpoolandspa.com. Even pool heaters are on sale. Financing available upon approval. Credit 24-month, no interest with equal payments. Stop by today or order online at bluelagoonpoolandspa.com. Free water testing available in-store or curbside. Don't wait, the sale is going on now.
I'm Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. At Alpine Air, we think of ourselves as customer service-oriented retailers. When you make an appointment, please visit our store, meet our people, see our shop. We are serious about heating and air conditioning. Carrier and Alpine Air are offering huge factory rebates and financing options for all your needs. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Call for your free replacement estimate. Heat and air, call Alpine Air, 662-6846.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. In tonight's feature story, the remodel project for Wenatchee City Hall is off for now. The City Council voted last night to delay its planned facelift for the former federal building in light of soaring project costs and the COVID-19 pandemic. NCWLIFE Jefferson Robbins has the story.
Since it bought a portion of the old federal building in 2018, the City of Wenatchee has planned for a major remodel, updating the exterior and preparing the second floor for leasing. But on Thursday, Facilities Manager Alyssa Webb told the City Council the most reasonable bid for the project was $3.5 million more than budgeted.
As you know, we went to bid back in July, and we went in with a budget of $7.8 million. There were 5 bidders that responded. Upon review of those, the lowest responsible bidder was Cascade Central Construction, LLC, with a base bid of $11,338,250.
In part, it's because material costs have gone up due to the pandemic. That led city staff to recommend the council reject all bids and delay the remodel for another day.
We recognize that going out for rebid will have additional cost implications. We are evaluating these options right now.
Mayor Frank Kuntz said complications in preserving parts of the 47-year-old building contributed to the costs.
So there are a couple of things that were apparent. One was the removal of the marble to put in the windows, and then some of the marble was going to come back in, and the contractors were really nervous about that whole process. So the engineer thought that would cost $200,000. The lowest bid we had was $750,000, and some of them were well in excess of $1 million. So there's
just for that piece?
Just for that piece.
The building was bought in 2017 by Localtel, the parent company of NCWLIFE. Localtel then subdivided and sold about 2/3 of the building to the city for $3.6 million. City operations moved from the old City Hall on Chelan Avenue the following year. Originally, the city planned to keep its offices on the 3rd floor and later move to the 1st floor, renting out an upper story to a new tenant. But with the costly bids and a desire to see how the city's finances weather the COVID-19 crisis, the council decided waiting until 2021 is the best option.
It's going to have to get piecemealed, I think, at this point, and we're just trying to figure out the best way to make that happen.
Jefferson Robbins, NCWLIFE.
Time now to take a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. And as we always do, before we get to all those details, let's take a look outside our weather window and take a look at what kind of beautiful day we had this afternoon. Don't have to tell you that if you were outside. Just about perfect, wasn't it? Our normal high, about 87 degrees. We were right in the ballpark there as we look outside, the beautiful Columbia River and those beautiful blue skies out there today with lots of sun and very light wind. Unofficially, high temperature today, 88 degrees, so just a tick tick above where we should be for this time of year. 87 is now our normal high temperature. 57 is where we started the day, and 62 is normal. Record high was set back in 1992 at 102. Record low 49, and that was set back in 1982. Sunrise this morning 5:57, and the sun will set tonight for us at 8:13. Weekend is upon us. Let's take a look at how Saturday will shape up, and one thing's going to jump right off the page at you. Temperatures much warmer. 95 in Moses Lake tomorrow, 94 for Quincy, Ephrata. We will see 94 in Wenatchee, 93 for you folks down in Ellensburg. Beautiful day up in Lake Wenatchee tomorrow at 87, and a nice warm day up the Highway 97 corridor too. Chelan, high temperature tomorrow once again at 94 degrees. Taking a look at that surface loop now. Tonight we'll see clear skies, light breezes, and just mild temperatures. Look at all of the clear skies all the way back into the upper Midwest and also the desert Southwest. That's where this heat is coming from, is the desert Southwest. We have a couple areas of high pressure here, and that's just allowing all of that warm air to move up into the Pacific Northwest. Heat wave will begin tomorrow. As we just showed you, temperatures in the mid-90s. Tri-Cities, you might even see upper 90s for high temperatures on Saturday, and then just brutal heat as we get into Sunday. It will be hot. Excessive heat watch will go into effect on Sunday and go through Monday and into Tuesday, where we will see triple-digit temperatures all the way through Sunday, also Monday and Tuesday as well. We're talking highs anywhere from 100 to about 105. The Weather Service went all the way up to 104. I didn't quite go that hot, but we certainly could get there. Tuesday, sunny, hot once again, triple digits, 115 in the desert Southwest, also through the desert of California, and right here in Washington State, we will see those stifling temperatures on Tuesday. For Wednesday, it will be just slightly cooler, a little bit breezy too. Might feel pretty good after those 3 days, so expect a wind, but also expect temperatures on Wednesday once again to be hot in the mid-90s, maybe even some upper 90s. For Thursday then, we'll see a few more clouds. We'll call it partly cloudy, big area of low pressure spinning off the coast of British Columbia, and that's bringing those showers into the northwestern part of the state. It doesn't look right now that we will see anything for that, except maybe just a little bit cooler temperatures, but still highs expect late next week into the lower and mid-90s. Let's take a look now at your Patriot Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling 7-day forecast. A little bit more mild overnight tonight, 64, and then here we go, 94 on Saturday, 101 Sunday. I went up to 103 on Monday, and 101 for a high temperature on Tuesday. For Wednesday and Thursday, as we just talked about, we will see mostly sunny to sunny skies. It will cool down somewhat, but still remain above normal with temperatures in the mid-90s. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
It's estimated that 1/3 of Americans do not have a financial plan. At D.A. Davidson, their advisors are working to change that because they understand the importance of planning for the future. At D.A. Davidson, they believe in partnering together to build a strategy tailored to your needs. They spend the time and have the knowledge to help keep your financial future on track. Let D.A. Davidson Financial Advisors of Wenatchee put the strength of advice to work for you.
Doghouse Motorsports just won Best Motorsports Store for the 6th year in a row. Is it the great facility? Is it the fantastic products? Or is it?
I'm Bobby.
And I'm Tabor.
I'm Mike.
And I'm Glenn.
Hi, I'm Todd.
I'm Jeff.
And this is the Doghouse Service Team.
Hi, I'm Dee.
And I'm Dwayne.
And I'm Kathy.
Come on in and experience the Doghouse.
Are you in the Doghouse?
With TV advertising, what we want to do is more deeply connect with the community.
People spot me in different parts around North Central, Costco and Wenatchee, say, hey, you're the pizza guy. And so they wouldn't know that if it weren't for the TV commercials we've done.
We've been here so long that people already know who we are and what we do, but to have that
image flash on their television screen as opposed to just hearing it in the radio or seeing it in the newspaper. I just love the fact that we can actually put our finger on when a customer comes in and says, I saw your ad.
It's becoming increasingly difficult in this digital age to know where are your customers listening or watching, because I watch all the different channels that they watch too, like Cooking Channel, History Channel, and so it was wonderful to be able to be on there.
I would say that if you want to do business in Wenatchee, then you should connect with the people of Wenatchee, and there's no better way to do that than with NCWLIFE.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Finally Friday to you, coming to you from my home as Marion and I get ready to head to Astoria. Eric Grandstrom on the NCWLIFE channel. We're heading to Astoria to lay some of my mom's ashes to rest this weekend. So forgive me for not being in the studio. As the Seahawks begin day 3 of on-field workouts during training camp in Renton, a player has been fired from the team. According to the NFL Network's Tom Pelissero, free agent rookie quarterback Kima Severin was cut from the team when he was caught reportedly trying to sneak a woman into the team's hotel. Pelissero said Severin attempted to dress a female companion like a Seahawks player in an attempt to get her past security and into his room. The whole thing was caught on the tape, and the Seahawks fired him for putting the team at risk in a coronavirus outbreak. Meanwhile, on the field, Russell Wilson met with reporters prior to Thursday's workout. He says he's excited to see Dwayne Brown and Mike Upati back on the left side of the line. Interested to watch the rest of the battle for spots. He says he does admit it will be strange not to have Justin Britt at center.
You know, obviously the loss of Britt, not having Britt this season is definitely different for me personally, but you know, done it before, and I know Britt was a great player for us, and so gonna miss my guy there. But you know, BJ and Ethan are both ready to play. They'll be sharp as nails, you know, as you can imagine. And then fast forward, you think about you know the guard position. You know, when I saw D. Lou get picked, I had seen him on film before because I studied some of the of the receivers they had at LSU and stuff like that, and I got to see who this guard was, and he was dominant on the field. So I'm really excited about D. Lou and how he's constantly progressed. I've spent a lot of time with the rookies, you know, and he's been one of the leaders, you know, in the clubhouse in a way, in the rookie room for sure. And then you got Shell, who's coming from the Jets, who's got super long arms. He's a giant on the field. You know, I didn't realize how tall he was and how big, how long his arms were until you see him in person. He's really looks the part for sure. And the guys are super mature. They're really focused. They're ready to play. Said coming in too as well. He looks ready to play. Super athletic. I think the key to the cohesiveness is just us getting out there and practicing, though, as we're kind of going to what you were saying and asking about. I think that's going to be really key for us along this journey.
Writer Art Teal asked Wilson if he'd heard about the tweets with the hashtag #LetRussellCook, referencing opening up the Seahawks offense and letting Russell throw the ball more.
Retweeted it, Art. Listen, I think that Twitter it's a fun place for people to have fun and everything else. Listen, the reality is I want to win. That's all I really care about is going out there and finding ways to win. And just constantly making plays. I think that for me in my career, to be honest with you, Art, is I've always wanted to be on this progression, constantly growing, constantly getting better from year to year, game to game. And, I can say that I've dialed myself into that every single day and committed myself to that every single day. So part of this growth, and I think just where I'm at today, to be honest with you, is just, is finding a way to score more points and just continue to try to dominate the game. And at the end of the day, I want the ball in my hands. I want to be able to make plays and give us a chance to win. And I think that doesn't always mean just me chucking around, but it does mean that the more times I feel like when I get the more times I have the ball in my hands, the more things I think can happen. I think the defense worries about that too.
Seattle again will have practice today before taking Saturday off. They'll be back on the practice field Sunday through Tuesday, and you can watch that live on Q13, Fox in Seattle. You can also see it on the Seahawks YouTube page or their website at Seahawks.com. Seahawks will get ready for a scrimmage a week from tomorrow at CenturyLink Field. Well, for the first time since the COVID-shortened season began, the Mariners had a day off yesterday. After 20 straight games out of the blocks, The team hung around the Houston area, bubbled into their hotel room. At the 1/3 mark of the season, here's a look at the team leaders so far. Rookie center fielder Kyle Lewis leads the team with a .338 batting average. He has 4 home runs to tie for the team lead with Dylan Moore, has 14 RBIs just behind Kyle Seager, and his OPS is .918. J.P. Crawford has reached base safely in 18 consecutive games. His on-base percentage is .405. He's hitting .296 and leads the team with 12 walks. Dylan Moore has an OPS of .987 to lead the club, is tied with the team in stolen bases with 4 and has a .294 batting average. As far as pitching, former Apple Sox Marco Gonzalez leads the team with a 2-2 record, a 3.97 ERA, and 17 strikeouts. Opponents hitting just .207 off him this season. Taylor Williams 3 for 3 in save opportunities, with opponents hitting .233 so far off of him. Seattle begins a 3-game series at Minute Maid Park tonight. 6:10 start time. Yusei Kikuchi facing Framber Valdez. You can watch the action on Root Sports. The entire American League West had the day off yesterday, so the standings remain the same, with Oakland in first at 13-6. By the way, that's more wins than any other team in baseball right now, second only to the Cubs in winning percentage. Seattle remains in last place, 6.5 games back. Scheduled tonight has Texas at Colorado at 5:40. It's a battle of LA teams in Anaheim, with the Angels hosting the Dodgers, and in a battle of the Bay, San Francisco hosts Oakland. Here's what we have on tap for sports on the NCW Life channel this weekend. It's a West Coast League baseball from a summer ago tonight, when the Apple Sox take on the Yakima Pippins. That's at 6:30. Tomorrow starts with volleyball from October of 2016 as Eastmont and Wenatchee battle at 2 o'clock. Then it's a repeat of last weekend's racing at Wenatchee Valley's Super Oval. That starts at 6 on Saturday. Sunday starts again with volleyball at 2, followed by the Bridge of Sportsmanship game between Wenatchee and Eastmont. We're talking Big 9 football from October of 2016. That will be at 7 o'clock. Have a safe and sane weekend. See you on Monday. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Eric, and have a great weekend. Finally tonight, when historic Omi Gardens reopens after the pandemic, you're going to notice a new look at the entrance. On Wednesday, the Chelan County Park bulldozed its longtime ticket office, making way for a brand new structure that will house its ticketing, gift shop, and office functions. The 40-acre park above Wenatchee, with its shady pathways and evergreens, has been a sightseeing destination since 1991. But it's been closed to the public since the COVID-19 outbreak and won't reopen until next year. Now let's check in with Dan Kuntz for a look at what's coming up Monday morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thank you very much, Grant. I hope everybody has a cool weekend. It's going to be one of those days, especially starting on Sunday, where you're going to want to spend as much time as possible indoors, because it's going to get really hot, as Grant mentioned, next week. In fact, it's so hot, it's going to be so hot, I actually saw 2 trees fighting over a dog. That's how hot it's going to be. Join me on Monday with everything you need to start your next week with Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We're live and we're local at 7 a.m. right here. We'll see you Monday. Have a good weekend. Grant, back to you.
Dan, you have a good weekend too. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-NCWL. That's 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us. Have a great weekend.
For a summer feast, the Meat Shop opens 6 days a week to serve you in downtown Chelan.
More than a health food store, it's your good food store. Bear Foods and Cafe Creperie, a feast for the eyes and the palate.
For the Chelan Valley's most unique tasting experience, visit One Wines, a true boutique winery producing only 1 white, 1 rosé, and 1 red with a rare exceptional vintage. Limited to 800 cases per year. Visit One Wines today.
At Earthwise Pet, we take an all-natural approach to wellness and nutrition. Our professional certified groomers were trained by the best in the Pacific Northwest. Our staff here at Earthwise Pet are all certified in pet nutrition. We are here to help you select the perfect food, supplement, and anything else you may need to make sure your pet is living its best and most healthy life. Earthwise Pet, Nutrition Center and Wellness Spa. Online or in the store, we are here for you.
For all the latest news in North Central Washington, go to ncwlife.com or find us on Facebook. Got a news tip? Email us at news@ncwlife.com or call 888-2020.